Hello everyone, and welcome to a list I've been thinking about doing for a while, and finally decided, well, why not? Here is my top 11 favorite video games of all time. Keep in mind that personal opinion and bias weigh heavily into this list, as this is by no means me trying to rank the 11 greatest video games of all time or the 11 most popular or critically acclaimed. Rather, it's just me blabbing on about my 11 favorite video games of all times. Some are probably pretty obvious picks, others you may be very surprised by. Let's first shout out a couple honorable mentions. One of my first exposures to video games was playing old arcade games my dad used to play, like Pac-Man, but this time on a MAME emulator. Well, my favorite from that bunch was Frogger. Yeah, I thought a game about getting a frog to cross the road may be a bit too simple for this list, but I really liked that game nonetheless. Another game that is marked by simplicity is Peggle, as well as its sequel, Peggle Knights. Both PopCap games feature excellent music and graphics, and extremely simple yet addictive gameplay. I talked about it in my PopCap video, one of the most popular on my channel, and I am not yet done talking about PopCap in this video. Obviously, I'll also be talking about Mario Kart in this video, and that leads me to this. With its great mix of elite tracks, Mario Kart DS deserves a shout out. And bring back mission mode. Finally, I'd like to discuss the Madden series, and more specifically, some of the Madden games I grew up with, Madden 11 and Madden 12 on the Wii. As a football fan, I did enjoy playing these games as a kid, as I'd like to think the games did teach me a little about football strategy. Anyways, on with the list. At number 11, we have New Super Mario Bros. DS. The nostalgia flows through my veins whenever I hear that exciting overworld theme. Nintendo has tried plenty of times to basically replicate the formula of this game in their new Super Mario Bros. Series, but none matched the charm of this one. And that's not just my nostalgia speaking, because I also played Mario Bros. Wii as a kid and didn't like it quite as much. That game did have the propeller and penguin suit, but Mario Bros. DS shows you right away the epicness of the Mega Mushroom as well as the blue turtle shell. What really sells me on Mario Bros. DS are those addictive mini games. Yes, I know they were also in Mario 64 on the DS, but seriously, I've killed so much time playing Wanted or playing Cars with Luigi, both as a kid and a young adult. Those games are very addicting. At number 10, we have Bookworm Adventures. Ah yes, one of the games I talked about in my PopCap video, and definitely not a game I think many would rank among their all-time favorites. But let's just say when you fancy yourself as a bit of a wordsmith, the game is really fun. Basically, you try to spell powerful and long words to beat creatively designed enemies. Where it really gets exciting is the game's arena mode, where the real pros go. And while I couldn't beat arena mode as a kid, I can beat it now, and I try to get better and better times by spelling bigger words faster. It is intense as you are fighting all the game's bosses in arena mode. Charming graphics and music, they just add to what is already fun gameplay for someone who considers himself a bit of a bookworm, just like our hero in this game, the worm named Lex. At number 9, we have Wii Sports Resort. Now here's a game you've all probably heard of. I do like me some Switch sports, but let's look back at Wii Sports Resort and decide what's really a better game. 12 game modes compared to 6. Come on, man, you gotta go with Wii Sports Resort. So many great games with classics like bowling, swordplay, and of course Island Flyover. And there's underrated ones too, like table tennis and especially archery. Then you add on that there's multiple game modes within the games, like 3-point shooting for basketball or 3-on-3 games. It was a plethora of content and fun for me as a kid, and a plethora of rage for Professor nowadays. And don't even get me started on that amazing music. This game is phenomenal. At number 8, we have Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, the only one on this list that originated as a phone app. When it was still regularly being updated, I was a huge member of the PvZ Heroes community online. I was straight up obsessed with the game. I even had a separate channel where I played it. The game is a beautiful combination of strategy and BS luck. Making decks of either plants or zombies, that's the thing, you can play as zombies. Making those decks to beat your opponent is super fun. While there is a pay-to-win element, especially nowadays, I started the game when it was a lot friendlier to free-to-play people. The game has suffered from the pay-to-win and suffered from neglect, and I'd probably still be playing it a lot if it had regular updates. They used to make me so hyped, but even then, it is fun to go back sometimes and test my strategic abilities against people online. At number 7, we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You and I can't deny it, at least in terms of content, it's probably the greatest game in the Mario Kart series. It started out with 48 tracks, most of them with amazing graphics and catchy live orchestrated music. And now they're adding on 48 more retro tracks with DLC, so the content is only increasing. The controls of this game also just feel sharper compared to previous Mario Kart games. I've played in various tournaments of this game, and its predecessor, Mario Kart 8, which was already great, but the Deluxe added some extra juice like purple drift boosts, double item boxes, and the Boo item. It made a great game even better. At number 6, we have Super Mario Odyssey, another Switch Mario game from 2017, but this time another fantastic entry into the 3D Mario game series. It's a game that can compete with what I'm sure you already know is ahead on this list. Super Mario 3D World was a good game, but not exactly a model for greatness. This game was a model for greatness. The graphics were so much better. HD threshold clearly crossed this time. The music was so much better, and the gameplay. Well, let's just say the whole gimmick with Cappy was a brilliant idea. I knew that as soon as I transformed into a dinosaur that Cappy was quite the fun gameplay element. Content-wise, there is so much depth. Honestly, I should probably dive back into this masterpiece. There's still plenty of moons that I'm missing. At number 5, we have Super Mario Galaxy. While Odyssey is the king of content in the 3D Mario series and has fantastic level designs and musical orchestration, there's just something about the original Mario Galaxy series. From the joyous childhood fun associated with Toy Time Galaxy to the majesty of Gusty Garden, there's so many great adventures in the original Galaxy game. It's truly what I grew up with, to the point where sometimes when I play another Mario game, I just instinctively shake the remote when trying to perform a jump. It's been beaten into me by this game. Another thing that's got to be mentioned is the beautiful overworld observatory map in this game. Not only is the music serene, but you get to explore different areas like the bedroom, the terrace, and the engine room. It's not the hardest Mario game, trust me, I know because I'm playing Mario 64 now, but some of those purple coin missions can be pretty tricky. At number 4, we have Animal Crossing New Horizons. Who knew that my favorite Nintendo Switch game wouldn't be a Mario game? Who even knew I'd be into Animal Crossing? But that's the thing. New Horizons is a masterpiece with so much depth. There are so many creative ways to decorate your island, and I feel I've done, well, an okay job at it. I've seen how beautiful other islands are, and it is great to look at what other people have done. I've mentioned before how much I enjoy catching creatures in this game and the excitement I get whenever I catch a new bug, fish, or sea creature. Compared to many games I've played and the games on this list, this one is particularly relaxing. That's the thing, a lot of video games can make me rage if I lose, but there's really no losing in this game except for, I don't know, getting stunned by wasps. A guy I watched named Bill Maher criticized this game for its lack of losing, saying it made people soft during quarantine. But come on, Bill, we needed something to take our mind away from things. And this game's fantastic atmosphere and beautiful and calm music will certainly do that. At number 3, we have Mario Kart Wii. Well, if you've been around my channel long enough, you probably saw this one coming. This continues to be my favorite Mario Kart game because, as I said, personal bias factors heavily into this. But really the physics of this game do make it more chaotic and interesting than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sure, you can easily fall far behind, but you can easily get far ahead too, much more so than in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The blue shells may be cruel, but that's just part of the deal. And sure, you gotta deal with the stupid thundercloud, but there's also the epic Mega Mushroom. And the new tracks in this game have gotta be the best in the series in terms of Nitro tracks. DK Summit, Maple Treeway, Coconut Mall, Koopa Cape, Mushroom Gorge, Grumble Volcano, Dry Ruins, Bowser's Castle, and a beautiful Rainbow Road. There's some I'm probably forgetting. Toad's Factory. It's phenomenal, and there's even more content if you can figure out how to work CTGP, which after quite a bit of trying, I did. There's a reason there is still Funky Kong's riding the Flame Runner in the year 2022, and that's because this game is awesome. At number 2, we have Plants vs. Zombies. You want to talk about a defining childhood game. For me, it was Plants vs. Zombies. I played it the year it came out in 2009 because my family loved PopCap. We loved them before they became world famous with this game, and what a true masterpiece this one is. Criticize it all you want for it being too easy. Heck, I'm proving just how easy it is right now by doing pretty well in attempting to beat the game without playing any sunflowers. But the art style and music of this game are just absolutely brilliant. I will forever love the "We Don't Want Zombies on Our Lawn" song. And if you're worried about content, well, look no further than the many minigames and fantastic survival endless mode that this game has to offer. Yes, this is a game that ranks high due to childhood nostalgia. I mean, I even dressed up as a zombie for Halloween in 2009 based on this game. I was obsessed, and I still revisit it now, as seen in my No Sunflowers series. And finally, at number 1 we have Super Mario Galaxy 2. My favorite game of all time, and I would even argue the greatest game of all time. There's no game that has made me feel personally fulfilled quite as much as this one though. And that's because I got better at it over time. As a little kid, I got past the first few worlds. As a young teenager, I beat Bowser and got to this special world. But as an 18-year-old who desperately needed something to do in quarantine, I set on a mission to beat this entire game, including the perfect run. And through much struggle, that is exactly what I did. Getting all 242 stars in this game was quite the labor of love. You get all those green stars, you battle your way through each galaxy, so many fantastic ones, like Supermassive Galaxy, Yoshi Star Galaxy, or the absolutely serene Cosmic Cove Galaxy. Cosmic Cove has my favorite music in the entire Mario series. But as I said, this game is all about evolving for me in terms of my gaming skills. I've revisited it many times, and each time I've gotten better. Who knows, maybe one day I'll speedrun this masterpiece. It deserves its 10 out of 10 IGN rating. Controls, graphics, gameplay, music, it has everything in spades. It's only fitting that the perfect game demands perfection at the end. Well, that was my list ranking my top 11 favorite video games of all time. What do you think of my picks? Have you played these games? I'm sure you've played some of them. Let me know in the comments, and let me know what some of your favorite video games ever are. Next week, I might be continuing the PvZ No Sunflowers series or doing my official review of Switch Sports. We shall see. Until then, bye-bye.